Hi, today we're just working on a 2008 BMW X5, and the vehicle was booked in for a problem with the electric handbrake. No other problems, just driving okay, no other warning lights on. But when we tried to connect with the diagnostics, we couldn't make communication with any control unit on the vehicle. Wouldn't even ID the vehicle. So we done some checks then, printed off a wiring diagram for the CAN network, checked the CAN lines with the oscilloscope, done continuity tests and so on, and we narrowed the fault down to the JBE. So this control module, JBE control module, is in the junction box, or is mounted in a fuse box or a distribution box in the front left hand side. So now we have the new JBE fitted, and now we're just going to so we're using the Autoland iScan 3 on this vehicle. So now we're just going to go in and see have we communications with everything. Euro, BMW Diagnostics, E-Series, enter. So we'll just auto select the vehicle model. So straight in, connected, picked up the model, just make sure that VIN is right. Yep. So go enter. We're in here now. We can do a whole system search, individual, service, functions, CBS, and report vehicle information. So we'll just go whole system search. So we'll scan the complete vehicle, all control units, overall ECUs. Ignition on. So I said at least now we have communications with the vehicle. So like that, it was booked in for a handbrake problem. We couldn't even check the handbrake problem because we had no communications with the car at all. So now we have comms with the vehicle. It's after scanning, doing a complete scan on the car, and we just see what faults are in it now. So these are the control units that have faults. I'll just go in here and see what engine. So we have a load of faults in engine, particular filter and low plug faults. These low plug faults are quite common on these, so this will be a different job after. We'll have to inform the customer of these and try clear them here. I don't think they're going to clear. Yeah, they're all straight back into it, so we'll have to look into that later on. The reason we're just checking all this is we're going to do the coding on the JBE now in a few minutes, so we just want to see what faults are here before we do anything. So we have no message, rear cabin stratification, no message, USC sensor. Again, don't think that's anything to do with the coding or changing the JBE, but again we'll have to code it first and check them after. I tried clearing them earlier and they won't clear. So the FRM, we'll just check that. Front mirror heating, passenger side faulty. Again, that could be a separate issue. We'll just go into the JBE. This is the module we're after changing. Transport mode active. So probably when we do the programming or the encoding on this, it'll come out with that mode. So we can just try erase all of them, but I think most of them faults are going to come back. yeah, we still have the faults in the same control units, so we won't worry too much about them for a minute. So we go back out then and go to, so in this case on the Autoland iScan 3, we also have, other than just general diagnostics, we have programming and coding for BMW. It's very strong on BMW programming, with Ford, Land Rover, Mazda and Mercedes. Like I said, very strong on BMW, Ford, Land Rover, Mazda, Mercedes and Porsche has some of the most popular control units for coding and programming, but the list is growing all the time. So we go in coding, we're in E series. Oh, sorry, I picked the wrong one there. We want to go with ECIP. So it's going to collect information now off the vehicle. Some of the programming and coding files are actually in the tool, and in other cases then we have to connect it to the internet. You can do it with Wi-Fi, but we recommend you have an Ethernet port here also for connecting to a network cable. So we have different options here: retrofits, car key memory, report vehicle information logs. We go system select, and we go, I think it's in information and communication. Then we go to JBE. So now we're ready to start programming. We have our battery support unit connected up. Vehicle. It's the electron and battery support unit is capable of giving out up to 100 amps for battery support when doing diagnostics and programming. The newer model now is up to 120 amps. So we just switch off all warning lights, fans and etc. And now we're in the programming end of it. So in this case, we have encoding, programming and coding, read and clear, write fin, read ECU program, ECU reset. In this case, it should be only necessary to do encoding. Encoding will be performed after you press enter. If you do not want to do encoding, press exit. So enter. Coding, please wait. Results of encoding success, error of encoding none, error of none, encoding is finished. If the results of encoding is passed, then the ECU does not need doing encoding. For some ECUs, some fault codes will appear after encoding. These fault codes will guide you to do some service functions. The ECU will work normally after doing these service functions. Enter or exit, so go enter. So that should be it then. That should be the encoding on the JBE done. So we'll just go back out and go back into the diagnostic part and just do a scan of the car again. All system search, all ECUs, key on. We'll just erase all the faults. through them again. Now we have no faults in the JBE anymore. Just check, we should still have the same faults in the engine. Still the same faults, they won't clear, we may check them later. Let's go back again. FRM module, probably still going to have that mirror fault, it's probably a different issue. Fault here. Still have the junction, we'll just clear this. Still have the transport mode active. AUC sensor, again that's a separate thing. I think we'll have to take it out with transport mode. Still in transport mode, so we go into service function, equipment setup for this, communication and information. Set transport mode, so we want to remove it from transport mode. So this function is only delete transport mode and no pre-delivery check function. So we're on the X5 E70. Do you want, if installed, the main battery switch will be mode, yes. In addition, this service function is used on vehicles with air suspension to delete the end of assembly line transport modes, and here's the exit to brake. So we'll go back then, and we just let it automatically go again. Individual, go into JBE again. Yeah, now our transport mode fault is gone also. So we're just left with this fault, JBE AUC sensor. Again, I'd say this is a different issue that wasn't related, so we'll have to investigate into this further later on. So that's about it. It's basically just to show some of the features on this tool, and it's very advanced on BMW, but also a good all-round multi-brand tool on other makes. And like that, it has supercar trucks, light Asian trucks, and then for the programming and coding we have the following brands at the moment. You can also, with this tool, go back to the home page. It's pass-through compatible for the following brands: Volvo, Vida, Land Rover, Toyota, and Lexus Techstream, Honda, GM GDS2, and Ford module program. So if we go back to exit from that. In here then we also have a thing called IMS2, interface module simulation. So this is slightly different than the J2534 application. For example, on some makes like BMW, VW for the oldest, Porsche for P-Wiz, and Mercedes for the Star, this unit actually simulates stuff, the official interface. So in other words, you can run your factory diagnostics on your laptop using this as the interface, and not just in the J2534 mode, it's simulating the actual interface. So that's about it for today, and thanks for watching.